Girl Interrupted.
Oh,
One of my
okay, yeah.
favorite.
I like that movie. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites too because Winona Ryder ends up getting put into the mental hospital because she has borderline personality disorder. So it's something I relate to. I'm like, interesting.
When I tried to kind of like research acting and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
basically they suggest to like know like a dialogue, like a speech from a movie or like William Shakespeare or something. Like you have to like
Uh-huh.
know it by heart, basically.
Right. Yeah.
And I learned how to do the scene where Angelina Jolie
Mm-hmm.
does is talking to Brittany Murphy's character, and
Okay.
she, like the night before she kills herself,
Mm-hmm.
and she says like the thing where she says, like dragging the the thing against her arm kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I learned that whole thing
Did you
just to
really?
kind of like have that as a background. I think I still have the video on my old laptop actually. Where
That's
like
cool. You should
yeah.
find it. That's awesome though. That's one of my favorite movies. Now I want to see it. You have to come act it for me.
But yeah, it was a pretty big like monologue or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
because it's very impactful because like it was that conversation that like did it for her.
Right. Yeah.
Like that she did that to herself right after.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know
Love
the
it.
scene very well. I love. It's such a good movie. It's really sad, but it's really good. Now is way different than when I watched it as a teenager, though.
Yeah, watching it younger, it's like you feel like you're there and you can relate to every character. And
Hmm.
well, more characters than others, but I remember it took me a long time to actually notice the character with the burn face that holds the cat.
Oh, really? Yeah. She
Yeah,
was
like I felt
sad.
bad for her because she was so sweet. And then like there's like the anorexic girl and
Yeah.
all
Angelina
these
was
all
a
these different things that people
sociopath.
go through, you know.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, Angelina's character, like I didn't know growing up anything about that stuff, but like watching it now, like she's a sociopath and
Mm.
narcissistic as hell.
Could be wrong, but I think that's one of her first big acting roles or like first time she got an award.
Oh, I don't know. Now I'm gonna have to look that up.
I think she was with that one guy during that time.
Oh, what's his name? The older guy.
Yeah, yeah, he had like a bunch of
Yeah.
tattoos and stuff.
Oh my gosh, why am I? He's super famous. Why can't I could see his face?
It's like the name rolls off your tongue.
It's Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. I was like, that sounds like a hillbilly name, but that's his name.
Mhm. Yeah, I think she was with him during that time. It's
Yeah.
crazy to like to think that like that was so long ago and you see like where they are now, like as
Right.
actors, I guess.
Hmm.
And she's she was married, and I think they were like taking turns with their movies or something because of all their kids. So
Right.
that's why like sometimes you see a Brad Pitt movie and then you'll see Jolie movie the next day or not
Oh, right.
the
I know
next
what you
year.
mean. After. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause they take turns. And then yeah, Winona Ryder, like she's in Stranger Things, and that pretty much
Yeah.
brought her back.
I love. I am a huge Winona Ryder fan. She's just so like oddball, and I really enjoy all her movies.
I remember, she dated Johnny Depp, and that was like a huge deal at the time. And then they just broke up, and like no one really knows why. And
A little gift that goes around of like them seeing each other for the first
yeah,
time after they broke up, and
or
I
like
always
a
thought it was
party
cute.
or an award.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
the way they look at each other
you can
though.
tell, like, yeah,
Yeah.
like I've done that look. Like
Oh
I know
yeah,
what that
me
look
too.
feels like.
Yeah. The first time I saw that little thing, I was like, oh yeah, I know that one well.
Have you ever watched like Donnie Darko?
Oh yeah. I haven't
That's
seen
one
that
of
one.
my
That's
go-tos.
a good one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while. That was a pretty good one. It's like mind twisting.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to definitely watch it more than once.
Yeah, and you kind of start putting things together. It's a weird one for sure, but like enjoyable for me anyway. I like it. I used to watch it all the time in high school.
Yeah, I like that movie because I like mysteries or like movies. Like I said, like you have to watch it like again to kind of get more of it, to
Yeah.
understand more. I mean, the whole dynamic of the movie is kind of like changing your future, and
Hmm.
but like there's other people around too that you can change their futures.
Yeah, like the butterfly
So you
effect.
don't, yeah. So you don't know whether or not you want to change it or not because
Yeah.
you could be messing up someone else's life entirely.
Right.
Which is where, yeah, butterfly effect does that. So really, like, there's only like the one choice. Really,
Yeah.
that's what it comes down to. And in this particular movie, like, it's kind of like he has to do what he has to do. Like, I don't want to give it away. um, but
Old enough, right?
yeah, I just don't want to like spoil it for people,
Right.
you know. Um, but yeah, like if you're a very if you're a person to where you have to like you're very antsy, this probably isn't the movie for you because it's very slow. You know, it builds. It's very slow, you know.
It took
So
me, I want to say, like 5 times to get through the movie when I was a teenager. Like, because my friend kept going on and on about this movie, and I was like, okay. And I tried to sit down, but I'm an antsy person, and it took me a hot minute to get through it. But once I finally did, I loved it, and I've watched it so many times since then. But I have to be in the mood.
I had like the DVD version that's the director's cut, and the one that I had was like it was like a white cover, Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's kind of like the plexus like portal type thing out of him.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because I don't think like Netflix or whatever aired it or TV. I don't think they play that version because I watched that version so many times because I had it that I can tell the difference between that version and another version, like a theatrical version, because
Right.
there's certain defining scenes to where it's totally different in a
Why do you
theatrical
think
version.
that is?
I don't know. Like one of them is like they're at the assembly or whatever it is. The people keep coming down on the mics and saying whatever they're saying, and they're going through like some kids, and that part's different. It's way different, and it's like I don't know. It's like the timing of that scene is way different, and like I think the words they said were different, and it bugs me.
That would bug me too. I'm gonna have to see it now to see like the difference. I don't know which one I've seen.
Yeah, that has like a lot of known people in it too, like Drew Barrymore, is the teacher. Patrick Swayze, who's dead, but you know, he was in it. His character's weird.
Yeah.
Like a bad character, I guess.
Yeah.
Who else is in that? Oh, like his sister, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister's in there.
Yeah,
and he plays her sister.
Aren't they in like almost all of each other's movies in some way or another?
Yeah. But yeah, they usually play brother and sister in movies. Yeah. I think John Cusack and
his sister do a lot together too.
They do that too. That must be kind of fun. I don't know. Like with your sibling, just doing shots together.
Guess it depends on the relationship.
Yeah.